been here as an interview was into shaping the future of global enterprises. Each of you represents a cornerstone of the evolving GCC ecosystem, and we are thrilled to have you here. So this summit is a celebration of capability and a whole new area. Everyone talks about AI, agentic AI, what's going to happen, but we are taking it head on. Global capability centers are transforming from being a transactional hub into an innovation ecosystem. So today we explore how GCCs are shaping global strategies, harnessing next-gen technologies, and unlocking new frontiers in talent. Over the course of this summit, we will explore how GCCs are evolving into strategic powerhouses, driving innovation, digital transformation, and enterprise value for the world's leading organizations. And there is no better place to host this dialogue than Tamil Nadu, where talent, technology, and policies come together with purpose. Mostly this is thrive when there is talent and technology. It kind of outperforms when the policymakers and the government extend the full support. And today the testimony is our minister here being there for the summit, where we join hands together and ensure that we are successful. Today we gather as leaders, thinkers, and seniors to imagine the future of global capability centers. What began as a second support hub transaction processing centers have now changed into building new hubs, driving innovation. Chennai is a deep tech ecosystem, world-class talent, and growing global footprint is the perfect backdrop for these conversations. And there is no better place to have this conversation than here. At Kreateworks, we believe the GCC story is just getting started. From back-end operations to frontline innovation, GCCs are now at the core of global strategy. And this summit is designed to accelerate that momentum. This summit is about what's next, about ideas that inspire action, about collaboration that drives outcomes, and building the future from right here in Chennai. Once again, welcome you all to GCC Next Summit 2025. Let's create what's next. Thank you everyone.
So how does it feel personally for you? Because especially the last milestone was alumnus milestone, right? And to come close to that, did you sleep that day?
I was there for a long time. But thanks, Suresh, for doing that. Thank you, everyone, for doing this today. It's amazing to be here among some brilliant minds from all over the country. Thanks for having me here, and you'll have to put up with us for what, 15, 20 minutes, and then you're going to be over. First of all, it's definitely a huge blessing to be at this point where Tamil Nadu is reaching new heights every single day. Yes, as Suresh said, we've done this before, but it's been 14 years. And the last time we hit double-digit growth was in 2011, and when the Phenom was Chief Minister. He did 13 plus, we're at 11.19, but our dream is to actually beat and go beyond that too. And I'm sure we're going to do that. And yes, that's a very sweet gesture to which thanks a lot. And I think that's what the Chief Minister said yesterday. He was here and he was telling, he told the world that this is of course not a single man's job. It's not just an achievement which has been achieved by one single person, not just the one government, not just the Chief Minister to get started, not just his entire cabinet, it's not the administration alone, it's the people of Tamil Nadu. It's the way the people of Tamil Nadu work together, and the sweat and blood and toil of the people of Tamil Nadu that's actually given us 11.19, staggering 11.19. So it's a huge achievement, a fantastic feeling, but yes, this is just the beginning. We really want to go much higher than that.
Thank you. Guys, I don't know how many of you know, I actually think like I work with not just our minister but also so I had an opportunity to work with other government officers and everything, but I actually tend to think, just to give credit for the minister, there are three types of ministers, okay? And there are the first type is the people who know how to win politics. Because if you don't win in politics, you can't become a minister. So that's that's very important. But then they do not know how to run the administration. That's type 1. And then the type 2 is the people who know how to win politics, but they are like, I know everything, they are dictatorship style, they don't know how to collaborate with the administrators. And then there is the third kind, people like Rajaa. They won 4-time MLA, they know how to run election, but also not just how to use the administration, but actually collaborate with the administration. So without that, I think this 11.19% is actually really not possible. That collaboration between the minister and the IAS officers that really make Tamil Nadu, the GDP grow. So I think, not to take away the credit from
No, I think this regime is filled with people like that. Starting from the Chief Minister himself. And he learned that from his father. Palame used to be the administrator. He used to have such huge admiration for the administrator, and he had some fantastic people around him. I think teamwork really helps, and that's what Tamil Nadu is. And our leader, and all my colleagues in the cabinet, and the rest of the group are all amazing team workers. And I think as a team, we've given amazing results, and this is for India to emulate.
So, with that, let's go into the topic. I know you guys are going to talk a lot on GCCs, and there are so many industry giants, but I think it's good time to actually take a very broader and larger visionary perspective from Rajaa. So, when we started, it was like $300 billion GDP, right? Now we are like sub 500, 400 something.
Around 320 now, we will run 200.
Yeah.
We are definitely going towards $50 million.
So, what kind of, see, I think if I do the CAGR computation, right, we need something close to 15% CAGR to hit the $1 trillion by 2030, right? Now, what are the grand plans, the dream plans to get there, and especially the plans that are inclusive in nature, not just that we develop Chennai or Coimbatore.
That's what I'm saying. So, I'll stick to the GCC side of it, right? So, I'll stick to the IT guys. Tamil Nadu is one step that believes in distributed growth. And I think this percentile of growth today that you see is a result of inclusive politics, inclusive policy, and as an effect, distributed growth. And how do we get this? You look at any state in India. Let's say, I'm not trying to be, I'm not belittling them, I'm just placing fact. Now, look at, let's say, Telangana, Hyderabad, and then what? Karnataka, Bangalore, maybe, I don't know, a little bit about that's it. I don't know yet. At least one person. Maharashtra, Mumbai, Pune, and then what? Look at, let's say, Andhra, you have to have a capital all the way west of them. And then UP again, close to the capital, nothing beyond that. But look at Tamil Nadu. You begin from Chennai, you go to Kanchipur, you see the biggest, you see the electronics hub of India. And then you head off into Ranipet. You see people like Tata JLR sitting, Jaguar, Land Rover sitting up shop. You head towards Dharmapuri, huge ecosystem. Head towards Hosur, again, huge ecosystem. Come to Salem, brilliant ecosystem. Go to Coimbatore, it's the pump capital of the world. It's the manufacturing. I strongly believe somehow Coimbatore missed out on being another Chennai, but we are going to make sure that Coimbatore again becomes another Chennai, a huge hub again. Come towards Thiru, people said that only farming, no way. We're going to bring Java to Thiru. There's going to be a huge ecosystem in Thiru. Go towards Tanjavur and bringing knowledge of footwear there. There's going to be heading towards Nalapattam, another Sipcot there. Go to Madurai again, a huge title. That's another pitch for you. Brilliant setup coming up in Madurai. So I urge all of you to come towards Madurai and an A-grade facility getting ready, a title being built as we speak in Madurai. And then it doesn't end there, we're going south. We're going to Thiru and then brilliant setup, brilliant manufacturing, Tata Solar, Vikram Solar, and several other new key manufacturing happening. Thoothukudi, booming, big time now. One of the largest ports in India and growing. And I just opened Belfast, a world EV car maker. Few days back, Chief Minister Thiru T.R.B opened it in a record-breaking timeline. Imagine a car manufacturing factory being set up in under 15 months. That is the speed of Tamil Nadu. That is the speed of Tamil Nadu that we're talking about. And we do not end there. And I heard my friends here in the previous panel talking about the airports everywhere. Chennai, Vellore, Salem, Trichy, Madurai, Coimbatore, Thoothukudi. There's one coming in Rameshwaram, there's one coming in Hosur. And that's the messaging to the Bengaluru crowd. Be happy, Hosur is coming up very soon, don't worry. We're making life easier for you. So, I mean, and on that note, Hosur is going to become the JB of Bangalore. It's going to become a twin city. We're going to make sure that Hosur, of course, we have everything but for a few other extra perks that we wouldn't mind. We wouldn't mind going into Bangalore for the weekend. So, we're going to have Hosur being built to enable Bangalore. We're not competing. See, this is whatever Tamil Nadu, people think we compete. We do not compete with other states, we compete with other countries. So, what Tamil Nadu does is only trying to enable bigger, better things for the country of India. And as Tamil Nadu, and of course, as Maharashtra also is, we are the two engines that are actually running this country, and I think we're doing a brilliant job. That's as I said, so as distributed growth goes, Tamil Nadu, I still left out Kanyakumari also building a tidal neo. So soon you'll have a A-grade GCC space in Kanyakumari. Can you be there? And this, I'm doing it for my beloved brothers across the border in Kerala. So something in Kanyakumari, something major coming through in Coimbatore. Coimbatore is becoming a brilliant GCC hub now. Brilliant space coming up in Coimbatore. So you should look at Coimbatore. Any nature enthusiasts in the crowd, please look up Coimbatore. Brilliant spaces coming up. Amazing academic spaces, institutions which can deliver top-notch talent. I mean, of course, Tamil Nadu, you can just go to any part of Tamil Nadu, just close your eyes, put your finger on the map of Tamil Nadu, and you'll see growth, infrastructure, and above everything, like the best of talent. So, yeah. Actually, sometimes Tamil Nadu has supply, which is basically talent as well as infrastructure as to advantage, so that it can attract the best of the best to the state. I think congrats to you. The next question I have is, if you look at, I don't know how many of you know, there is a metric called a Gini coefficient. So if you're looking at Gini coefficient, that actually talks about income inequalities. And Tamil Nadu ranks very, very well in terms of ultimately it is the per capita income. Most importantly, I would think not even the average, but actually more like median. So, because average sometimes gets skewed, right? So, but if you look at median numbers, that will be like amazing. So, what is our vision to get to $10,000 of per capita income? That is like roughly 8 lakhs or 7-8 lakhs. So, which means right now we are at 2.5. Yeah, there's about 1.97 now.
Yeah, so how do we get there? Like what? Because that is a much more important metric than
over and done in Boston. So that's something which we are working on, and I think we're heading that way. And is it Tamil Nadu? Oh, that's a beautiful moment. You should have started in that moment. Okay. Okay. What is Tamil Nadu? Ladies and gentlemen, you look at Tamil Nadu, you see a very unique space. You see a very, very unique space. And you see all the industries being developed at the national average. Why do you think so? Why do you think Tamil Nadu is always double of the national average? Anything you look at GER, I think it's 27 is what the national average is. We are almost 50 something. Any number, you just pick any number and you automatically see Tamil Nadu doing double the number. It's simple answer, it's very, very simple. We just enabled our women. We just respected our women. We enabled our women. Automatically, we get 50% of our population delivering economic growth to the state. And this, ladies and gentlemen, didn't happen overnight. We've been doing this for almost 100 years. And this is what we call model of inclusive politics. That we activate the other half. We don't activate them, we just let them be. We don't just disturb them. We just let them be, let them learn, let them fly on their own. And that has given this result. And this is why, of all the women working in India today, in organized sector, of all the women working in India, take the entire lot, 42% of them are from this one state called Tamil Nadu. Can you beat that? Can you beat that? You really can't. But I'd love for India to beat that number. I don't want that number. I really actually personally hate that number. What does it actually mean? It means Tamil Nadu is the only state which is enabling inclusive growth. Tamil Nadu is the only state which is actually giving that woman her innate rights, right? And this is why when our leader announced this scheme, it's called the Hon'ble Minister. We give every household 1,000 rupees every single month. Every woman in the house gets the woman in the house gets 1,000 rupees every single month. And he doesn't, it's not a free door, it's not a freebie. We call it her right. It's a way of the state. It's a way for the state to thank the government for building this state, right? We're saying thank you because you built this state. We didn't recognize you for all this time. We're just saying thank you because of you, Tamil Nadu is here. Because you were at home working for these women, these men who went out and earned and stuff. Now you're there, now you're also coming in because they've enabled you and you're also working and enabling this government, this growth in Tamil Nadu. So we just want to thank you. That is why we call it Udumai, which is your right. He says you're right. So this kind of growth, as you said, why is Tamil Nadu different from the rest of India? Is because we're enabled the women. And as I told you, I hate that number because the rest of India is still not doing justice to our women. And I hope and pray that Team India wakes up and enables its women. That's what we want to do.
Thank you. No, I don't know, many of you have heard about the word universal basic income. I think we are actually not just talking about it. Looks like Tamil Nadu is executing universal basic income in real terms, especially to women folks, right? To complete that question, sorry, let's do that number. How are we doing it? We're making sure that we're picking up every sector. It's not just the GCC. We have a SaaS capital. We should have been the tech capital also. There was a dip of a decade in between. But where we didn't capitalize, but thankfully I think Bangalore and Hyderabad did. So this ecosystem has stayed in South of India and that's grown by leaps and bounds. That's enabled our educated youth. As you said, we have the talent pool that's needed for India to grow. 150,000 engineers every single year go out of our colleges and the polytechnics and ITI. Now every single person is actually delivering to the growth of India. And 150,000, and of course we have a huge amount of doctors also, not even going to that professionals alone, looking at engineers alone, 150,000. And how is that possible? Because we have almost 25% of the top 100 institutions in India. And we are also one of the states which has a huge engineering college base, and every single college is going towards R&D. We are going towards R&D. I would love to speak about R&D later, but yeah. Sure. Actually, I want to ask, just for you guys taking time, I'm going to ask 3 more questions and I will come to the audience. I think we were successful as a state in bringing SaaS to India, to Chennai, as a SaaS capital, right? We actually snatched it from Bangalore. So in India, Chennai is known as the SaaS capital of India.
I don't know how you say we snatched it. We are the OGs of SaaS. We are the original SaaS guys and we still are.
So the
quality of fintech guys we still are.
The policy was supposed to take it back. So it was not a merit, but yeah. Anyway, so now the question is, how are we going to compete in the AI space and be the AI capital of India? Because I hear a lot of chatter happening in Indiranagar and Koromandala. How do we create a chatter in Chennai, in Coimbatore, in a distributed way? Well, see,
simply put, Chennai is not Chennai. It's not Chennai. It's Chen.ai. So we actually have AI inbuilt. Do not talk about this to the Mumbai guys. So, and I've already registered with AI. That's the real AI. No, but look at, and before any of my competitors try and block Chen.ai, I already have done that. So I beat you to that also. So we have this within. This is Chennai. I mean, we are the original IT guys. You know why? Because we started computer education way before even India could spell computer science. Right? We started in the 1960s. Can you believe it? In late 1960s, my then leader, Dr. Kalaignar, was in the textbook operation. So he started his work on computers and its uses. It's called not Kanani. It wasn't Kanani. Computer is called Kanani now, right, in Tamil. But then that book actually has the title Computergalum, other Payangalum or Payangalum, something like that. So it still had the Kanani still didn't have in Tamil. Okay, so when he started that, this is I think late in the early 1970s. Then. So almost 50 years back, Tamil Nadu and the Textbook Society in Tamil Nadu started talking about computers and its uses. And we were actually the first state to actually embed that into school education. We were actually the first state to actually put computers in school. So we started early because we had visionary leadership in Tamil Nadu. And I think entire growth that you see in Tamil Nadu is because of visionary leaders like Periyar and Anna and Kalaignar. Of course, even Madam and everybody else who's been here up to now, to our leader, to M.K. Stalin. So we look ahead. As we speak, we didn't start with AI now. We've already had several rounds. In fact, once this regime came in, way back in 2021 also, when I was part of the planning commission, we had several rounds on what the effects of AI are going to be. And while the rest of the world looks at AI as disruptive and something which is going to snatch off, I see a lot of opportunity for Chennai. And I think Chennai is really going to prove why it's Chen.ai, and you're going to see a big boom, AI boom coming up in Chennai. And I don't want to go into Chennai, I don't want to go into stuff that is happening now. I want to leapfrog at least 2 gens ahead. And that is what we are looking at. We're looking at R&D in a big way now. We've had enough of manufacturing. Tamil Nadu is one state, ladies and gentlemen, which very beautifully balances between services and manufacturing. And right now, we are emerging as the R&D capital of India and of Southeast Asia also. We filed the highest number of patents already. So we're going towards that line. So we really would want to make Tamil Nadu, Chennai, the R&D capital of India also. So big things coming up in the AI space. So please look it up. Where is Tamil Nadu is the place to be.
Sure. I'll ask one question related to GCC and one more, and then we are done from the audience. GCC, I had some role to play in the GCC policy because in 2021, when I was part of the planning commission, Rajaa was also there. So we started that initiative. But we had to become a minister to actually execute that policy. It took 2 years. We first formulated it in 2021, and then it took 2 years for him to become minister to execute that policy. But the question is, Tamil Nadu is the only state that has a GCC policy right now, I think, right? If I'm correct, or some
I don't know, even if others had, I wouldn't tell you.
So the question is, people are easily going to copy, especially in government, Karnataka looks like what Tamil Nadu is doing, Tamil Nadu looks like what others are doing. So how are we going to stay ahead?
Brilliant, super question, thank you. Anybody can copy what we're doing, but it takes talent, it takes administration, it takes two to tango with the administrator and the politician sitting there to actually understand what the industry needs. That I think is the strength in Tamil Nadu today. We have people, we have administrators and lawmakers who actually understand what the industry needs. And that is what is paying its dividends. That is why I think we're leading. So it doesn't matter if you want to copy, just copy, but it's just got to be, it's probably not going to be what you need, it's probably going to be what I need, because it's going to be different. My ecosystem is completely different. So if you want to try and put what I can do into your space, all the best to you, because you can't beat me on that.
Startups, people can't copy ideas. That's really what you're saying. Because it has a unique skill set combination to make it happen. So, one last question. So actually, before coming to this panel, I actually reached out to some 10 GCC leaders, Kevin, Shiva, MD of AstraZeneca, and Pranil of Silicon Valley Bank, and Anand of Mr. Cooper, and all of those folks to see what questions they have in mind, because I just want to make sure they cover it. But the one thing that is, two questions that is emerging is, one is related to airport. Because people land in airport, and then personally also I feel like you have to walk a long way to go to the parking spot. And we can actually allow people to come, pick up and go. I think the airport folks are making it convenient for them and not convenient for the citizens, right, or the people who are using the airport. That is one. The second question is, one of the biggest negative points people always talk about, which is actually not true, is the cultural setup of Tamil Nadu, especially two aspects there. Main aspect is to talk about weather, but I think for somebody coming from outside of India, Chennai is the best weather because they want warm weather. So we have a beach and we have a warm weather. So we have an advantage rather than disadvantage. But the most important thing they talk about is the nightlife. So the nightlife ecosystem in Chennai is not that vibrant. That is one, and the airport. These are the two things that came as a common theme across all the 4-5 people I reached out to. So how do we address that? I know.
I know. Bangalore has biryani and beer. It has often traffic also. Chennai has idiyappam and payal. Nightlife.
How is the KMK?
See, there is so much of transformation in all our discussions. I don't know why he does this to me, but all our discussions, they come back and they loop around and come to that one point. I think Chennai has a very responsible.
We need the microbreweries. I know alcohol is a very touchy topic in Tamil Nadu politics, but I do really believe if Goa is the best Vegas for India, Chennai can be the east-south Vegas for India. And we can actually balance out the country. And NGOs are Pondicherry next to us. So we can double up with them and we can give a tough fight for anybody else across the India. So why can't we make that dream come?
See, I think Chennai and Tamil Nadu is a no-nonsense state, right? I don't think we have time and space for too much of leisure. But I'll keep my leisure healthy, okay? I'll keep my leisure healthy. So I think we'll make up. I think we'll make up for it with some amazing beaches, and which we are already preparing. We have blue beaches all over, blue flag beaches all over Tamil Nadu. We have amazing spaces around Coimbatore. Try hiking, man. Whatever you want to do is go try hiking. Let's go into greener spaces. Let's breathe easy. And I don't think, I think a healthier lifestyle is better. And I think, come on, look, I went to Cupertino, right? And I wanted to see what that walk was all about. Why there's this pond, what do they call it? The Serenity Pond or something? The Serenity Pond, right? So when Steve actually built that, he made a path which is just wide enough for two people. He said more than two, there's not going to be any constructive dialogue, right? So he wanted to maintain it to do just 2-3 people max, right? So that pathway is just about 2-3 people. And I think directly, and I think most of Chennai, most of Tamil Nadu connects directly to that thought process where we really want to contribute to, we want every second, every minute to be constructive. And of course, I mean, leisure is part of it, but let that be healthy leisure, right? Let that be healthy. And I think we concentrate more towards healthy. If you want to go chill and relax and do whatever you want to later, then you can always head off to Bangalore.
Politically correct answer.
No, that is also a healthy answer.
Okay, I'm done, guys. I think I'm opening up for questions. You can ask like 3-4 questions to Minister, and we can wrap up the session. Thank you. I hope you guys enjoyed so far.
Very good morning, Mr. Minister, and thanks, Suresh. And I would like to congratulate the Tamil Nadu Industrial Ministry for successfully inaugurating the first couple of days. And I'm happy to have met you last month at London next week, and you are traveling across countries to bring the same to Tamil Nadu. Just wanted to have your views and thoughts about the India-UK comprehensive.
What are your views on that, and what are the takeaways that Tamil Nadu can take it away from the trade pact, and also like how do you want to address the current scenarios between India and US, especially the US president is increasing tariffs day
I was
by day.
hoping you won't do that. I was hoping you would stay with you. I was laughing, saying that's the most difficult question to answer today. That's the most difficult question. But I think, see, international diplomacy is extremely difficult. It's not an easy job. And I hate to be in the shoes of the Prime Minister today. But as a state, as a responsible state, we would definitely love to back, and I've said this before, we totally back whatever decision the government of India takes, and I think we should stand as one in this time, and I think we should stand as with the Indian government. I'm sure politics aside, as Indians, I'm really upset with the kind of words that are being used against India. That I won't mince words. I'm really upset with the kind of words, and I don't think it actually augurs well for international relations. But that said, that's how some people are. And we just have to live with it, and we have to come up with our own solution. And as India is a booming country. It's a brilliant economy right now. It's not booming in a big way, and there's no question about that. That is because all of India is now turning, and all of India is now churning, and we are as a people building our own nation, right? So I think as Indians we're completely capable of taking care of ourselves. But that said, if I put on my industry hat, yes, of course, I am a bit worried. This is not the way things should go, but unfortunately that's how it's looking. But then, having said that, to 24 hours, it's a big, big space for us to comment on anything on the tariff war now. Every single day you're going to see something new. Already I heard this morning, I saw what the president said last night. It's a bit more toned down. So we're hoping things will settle. And I think it's early days, so less said the better. So let's keep our emotions in control, and let's not act like the others are. So let's wait, and I think let's react as after things settle. And I think we can definitely take care of ourselves, and it's definitely Tamil Nadu, because we as a state are the only state which grew positively during COVID. So we've seen COVID, we've seen bigger viruses, so we don't have bigger viruses. And as far as the FDA with UK is concerned, I'm really excited about it. And the textile sector in Tamil Nadu is going to have a fantastic time. It's going to have a fantastic time. And I see a lot of other sectors which are also going to gain from this. And of course, IT also, I see a lot of scope coming up with the UK. And as I said, we are already, we saw this coming with the US. Of course, we know President Trump has his own way. He's doing things for his own country. I mean, if he thinks it's right, it's right for his country. I mean, the people of the United States chose him. So I think we should also respect that. It's just the way he says it that's upsetting. But then, whatever he does, he's not given a mandate, and he's working for his people. We should not be having a problem with that. The problem is the way he addresses India. Now, as India, we're going to stick to our guns, and maybe, I don't know, it's up to the union government. As I said, I hope the union actually takes us into confidence. I hope they talk to states like Maharashtra and Tamil Nadu and take our input, because we are the ones who are running this. I mean, we're running this economy. Look at it, we're just 5.9% of India's population, and we're giving India about 10% of its growth. Look at what we're doing. I mean, if you're not going to ask us, who are you going to talk to? I mean, who are you going to plan this for, right? You plan this for states which are actually working hard, working 24/7 to deliver for India. And that's what I'm saying. Just ask us. And I've heard the UK FTA Halima is here. We have a big thing coming very, very soon. I've already had a visit, had a very good visit. And yes, there's something big coming up with the UK also. As I said, the Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu was in the US about a few months back. And when we saw this coming, we started talks about what if in the US itself, and we knew something like this was going to happen. So we've already started moving east. We're looking at ASEAN countries, we've gone to Japan, we're just looking at other Southeast Asian countries to collaborate and work with, and Europe in a big way. So Tamil Nadu is definitely making sure that we can definitely take a hit, but I think it's for the union government to work out a really good solution for this issue. And geopolitics, huge thing, and diplomacy, very big customer.
Simpler than geopolitics. Well, hi, I'm Karuna, and I'm from Bangalore, but I'm here, because every state that grows, India grows, and we're here to support. A big question. So why there are a lot of the education system has not changed. So while we're sitting here and we're talking about AI, and we're talking about GCC centers, and we're talking about where the world is heading next, why are children still studying things that are not relevant to the world in the 21st century? As a minister of the industries and the IT, how closely are you working with the educational minister to make sure children, and not just colleges, we don't just need good engineering courses, we need our children to change the way they've been studying from first standard. And I've literally pulled out my daughter from traditional schooling because I realize it's just blocking her creativity, it's just blocking what she's capable of doing in the world today. But what's happening in Tamil Nadu, and how are you preparing the next generation? How are you preparing the next people who are going to be sitting here for what the world is?
My leader says education and health are his two eyes. Right? That's how he speaks. And luckily for me, the education minister, the state school education minister, is an extremely good friend, and we get to talk a lot. We didn't start this today. What Tamil Nadu does in education is definitely different, and that's why we see the numbers automatically being higher than India. We started in the 1920s. Right? In the 1920s, Tamil Nadu, Chennai, in fact, then Madras Corporation was the first, had a school, that was the first school in which midday meals were given. Right? In the 1920s. We started then, we didn't start now. We looked at the importance of education and coming away, making sure that what you teach actually goes in. Then kids couldn't, they wouldn't eat in the morning, so they would faint in the afternoon. So our Justice Party leaders, they spotted that, and they made sure that kids are given food to actually make sure that they absorb what they taught, right? So it is small tweaks like that we do, and we've been doing it from the 1920s. Coming to your question about what we're doing differently now to make sure that children are abreast with the growing situation, I'll tell you one thing that we're doing. I don't think anywhere in India we're looking at quality management in school. Right? See, right now, Tamil Nadu is the auto capital, Tamil Nadu is the textile capital, Tamil Nadu is the non-leather footwear capital, Tamil Nadu is the electronics capital, Tamil Nadu is the SaaS capital, Tamil Nadu is the R&D capital, Tamil Nadu is the talent capital also, and this is why we are actually growing. And how did this talent come into place, and what are the kind of products that are coming out of Tamil Nadu? Look at the kind of products that are coming out of Tamil Nadu. It's not just the manufacturing that's happening. Everything that is being manufactured is at top quality. So that quality is what we want to imbibe into every single school-going kid, right? The system itself, there are several methodologies, and that is also being taken into the school education system. In fact, my late leader Kalaignar, whose Remembrance Day is today, he started what is called Samachi Kalvi, which he wanted to bring education on one path to every single school, not just the CBSE guys, not just state board, everybody to get top-notch quality education. Then it got a bit derailed, and now we're back to that. And we're coming up with really specifically tailored courses for students in school. And putting quality management as part of it, I don't think any other state is actually even thinking about it, right? So this is how Tamil Nadu is different, and for this, you can't just decide to do this overnight. We'll have to train the teacher. Now, we are also sending our teachers to several top institutions, several top industries to get trained there. And I'm also talking with some of the top industries in the state to get IFQM and quality management itself embedded into school education. So yes, every single day we are looking at innovative new ways to teach our students and enable them. In fact, we don't want to teach them things, we just want to put things out there and for them to choose. That is the way I think school education in Tamil Nadu is doing. Every single school now has a smart classroom. I don't think any other state in India has that. Yes, and of course, we're doing all of this with the kind of with a not so cooperative union, which is not giving us our due. So yes, we are trying that, and yes, we are. I think personally, we're doing a great job in enabling our kids and keeping them abreast with progress in the world.
Just to add two more points to what Mr. said, Tamil Nadu has 8,000 labs in the schools. In the school, I don't think any other state has 8,000 labs. And we have labs. Second, 6th and 9th standard students are going to learn AI from 6 to 9. Third, it's the most important point, there are 3.8 million students studying between 6th standard and 12th standard. Out of that, 2 million are women, 1.8 boys. We have more women studying in school than boys. I don't think it has happened anywhere else in the state.
Yeah, and we already have an MOU with Google and Microsoft to teach AI in school for 2 million kids. So,
yeah. So we have two more questions there. That's why I just said to Karthik, two more questions.
You have more than the last question.
Okay, you beat me to it. Thank you.
Thank you so much for everything you're doing to keep our state of Tamil Nadu ahead of the others. And Chennai is equal to Chennai. Awesome. Okay, I'll keep my question very short. What is your government doing in the area of ease of doing business for organizations who would want to increase their presence in Tamil Nadu?
Investors and Tamil Nadu is one state which actually gives equal importance, or if not more, to the investors within the nation. So please come by. Don't think that we are only doing this for investments coming from all over the world, but we are very keen on investments coming in from across the border, definitely Bengaluru and Hyderabad. If some of your folks are here, please, that's an open invitation. I hear it's very bad traffic in Bengaluru, and you're having some electricity issues in Hyderabad, so good luck to all of them, but then welcome to Chennai. Now, about ease of doing business. Every one of us are easily accessible, right? I'm accessible, my team is accessible, Guidance Tamil Nadu. It's one of its kind. Guidance Tamil Nadu, I urge all of you to actually take time and go look at Guidance Tamil Nadu. It's not your regular Sarkari office. Right? It's a brilliant ecosystem where you see kids from IIM and IITs sitting casually working at their desk and crunching numbers for us to work on. So with Guidance Tamil Nadu, this is the biggest and the best investment promotion agency in the country. It's been awarded by the UN. Also, Invest India comes here to learn. So but we don't teach them much. So yeah, we have a lot to give to India, and we don't have a problem. But as I said, EODB, we have a separate desk. We have a GCC 1 desk now, which is coming up. We're just putting up a desk only for GCCs. So whatever issues you have, you can just come there. It's just one stop. It is actually a single window system. There's nothing more. You can just come there. Over 200 clearances across the desk, you'll get it cleared. And I also have, thanks to my Chief Minister, Thiru T.R.B, he's given me the ability to connect with all the top secretaries. We do this about once in 2 months. All the top secretaries and myself and the Chief Secretary sit in this committee. We look at the MOUs that they signed and the stages that they've crossed. So we put a timeline, and most of them are being cleared if other departments take time. So that is why, as I said, you see the speed of governance in Tamil Nadu. So ease of doing business, we are right there at the top man, and especially for the GCCs, as I said, the GCC 1 desk is your point to be. Guidance Tamil Nadu, please put that in your mind. Guidance Tamil Nadu. Guidance Tamil Nadu is one place. It doesn't have just one desk in Chennai. We have an office in Chennai. We have an office coming up in Silicon Valley. We have an office coming up in Germany. We have an office already. We already have an office in Germany. In Vietnam, we already have an office. In Japan, I just opened the desk. So we're going all over the world. So you will have, if you want us to connect to some of your clients, please let us know. We will connect to them and bring them to you. We don't mind doing that at all. And this is absolutely free of cost of us. And this is one message that I want to do. This is one important thing, man. If you want to move into Tamil Nadu, we have a big incentive coming on the moving side. We have rental incentives. We have the payroll subsidies. The R&D scheme has several such incentives. But more than that, if you don't know Tamil Nadu and you just want to test the water, I will give you a desk at Guidance Tamil Nadu for free. You can come sit there, put your office in Guidance Tamil Nadu for 2-3 months, sit around and you also see what Tamil Nadu is doing via Guidance lens, and then you can learn what Tamil Nadu is about, and then you can take the plunge into Tamil Nadu. I don't think you're going to look back after that.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
For the last 30 plus years, BPO has seen how it has evolved, call centers, BPO, care services, GCCs, GCS and all. Guidance Tamil Nadu is the right platform for that. One suggestion to you is that can be strengthened with working professionals, practicing professionals. I think that will accelerate the growth much faster and take us into a lot more revenue. So that's my first point to you. The second point, more handy, I really appreciate that Chennai.
Just keep one question, sir.
Yeah, what I'm saying is, you can expand that as Center for Higher Education, nurturing neurosciences and AI. That is Chennai. That will take it forward because both these neurosciences and AI are the most developing upcoming in the future.
We'll have our own neural link coming up soon.
Yeah.
I don't know why not. I mean, you have some of the guys who are doing it out there in the US around our knowledge, and most of them are coming back anyway. So when they're coming back, we're going to have everything set up for them, and we really love to have some of the brains come back and do things here for India. And I think, ladies and gentlemen, getting all of you is very, very rare. So I'm going to put one idea into your mind. I think we've done that. We've been the manufacturing capital for the longest time, and as India, I think we should all say enough of servicing for the world. I think it's about time we became product nation India. Right? We should have our own product. Right? And this is what I've been pushing. I've been pushing for product nation PM. And I think all of you here should head towards product nation India. And that is where I think it's the next growth that we see. Look at what China has done. I mean, it's so easy for everybody to say, look at what China has done. And of course, they put about $500 billion into, $500 billion into R&D. And that, I think, again, I want to put it out there. please invest into R&D, please invest into the brains that are coming out of many institutions all across Tamil Nadu and of course India. Please invest heavily into R&D is my request for you, and please stay invested. I think research happens only if the researcher has a good safety net. Every single person, every youngster who comes out of college and goes into research knows that it takes at least 5-6 years to actually get to that end point, right? And what if he feels that he or she doesn't have a safety net? And that is where I think governments like us should also step in. We are ready to step in, but I think the union should step in a much bigger way. Lots needs to be done in R&D. We must move towards product nation. That's something which I want to do. Thank you guys.